All right, welcome. We're getting ready for the season opener of Grand Forks Central Soccer. They're taking on West Fargo. Official first kick will be around 7 p.m., so we're just going to do a quick test of the audio here, make sure we're coming through sounding clear. Pregame show expected to start at 6:30 p.m. Make sure that we have some volume coming through here. I believe we should be sounding nice and clear, but we're going to continue to work on this until we sound crystal. Getting ready for the season opener of Girls North Dakota High School Soccer. Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo this evening from Cushman Field. All right, we're going to do a couple more sound checks here. I believe we're close to where we want to be. So thank you for tuning in for North Dakota Girls High School Soccer this evening on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We're excited to bring this matchup between Grand Forks Central and West Fargo at Cushman Field. This is the season opener. Season opener. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We are kicking off our spring sports season tonight with the girls' soccer opener between Grand Forks Central and West Fargo High School. This is the first game of the season for both teams all around the state. Girls soccer getting underway the spring sports season right here on KNOX. Nobody covers prep athletics in the greater Grand Forks region quite like us. We had a very busy winter sports season, one that had a lot of success for all of the teams that we cover, whether it be Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River, East Grand Forks High School. We're looking forward to another successful spring sports season, and it starts tonight. Girls soccer, Grand Forks Central versus West Fargo. This is the pregame show. We are right on schedule for a 7 o'clock first kick. We're going to make our way through this pregame show, bring you through a couple of elements, talk about some keys to the game, some fuel for the game as well. Those are players that we're going to want to keep an eye on. This pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. Grand Forks Central in 2024, they had an even 500 record on the season. They were 6-6-2. That was good for fourth place in the Eastern Dakota Conference standings. They did not advance to the state tournament. They played West Fargo twice last season, both of those games resulting in Knights victories, winning by scores of 2-0 and 4-0, so a cumulative total of 6-0 over West Fargo last season for Grand Forks Central. In 2025, they are a very experienced group, one that includes 9 seniors, so high aspirations for Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River as well. It's going to be fun to keep an eye on girls soccer for both of these Grand Forks high schools this season. West Fargo last year, they did not win a game. They were 0-5 overall, 0-4 in the EDC. They lost to the number 1 seed Fargo Davies, who went on to win the state championship 2-0 in the EDC play-in game. And their next game will be just in a couple of days as they take on Fargo South. So once again, we're getting ready for the season opener of girls high school soccer. Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo. We'll be right back with the True North Equipment, Signature Graphics, and Apparel pregame show.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to SprayAdvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like.
We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We're making our way through the pregame show. This pregame show is brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We are just over 23 and a half minutes away from the first kick, the season opener of girls soccer here in North Dakota. Grand Forks Central hosting West Fargo at Cushman Field. A beautiful day for soccer, and it looks like the weather is going to hold out. We're probably going to lose some of this sunlight as the game progresses, but we got lights here at Cushman Field, so we're excited to get this season underway. Grand Forks Central with high hopes this season. Like we mentioned earlier on in the pregame show, they have 9 seniors on this year's team. Let's take a look at our drive for the title. This is our EDC standings. Not much to take a look at with all of these teams opening up their season either this evening or later on this week. Everybody with a record of 0-0 and 0 points for each respective team. Fargo Davies, the defending state champions. And as you'll notice, all these teams in the Eastern Dakota Conference, not news for anybody who follows soccer on a regular basis, all residing in the greater Fargo, West Fargo metro area and Grand Forks. And that is just the Eastern Dakota Conference. Other games in action tonight other than Grand Forks Central and West Fargo. We have Fargo South. They're going to be taking on Fargo Davies. Grand Forks Red River, speaking of another team in Grand Forks that has high expectations for this season, they're going to be taking on West Fargo Cheyenne this evening. And Fargo Shanley taking on Fargo North. This is our drive for the title. Brought to you by Toys for Trucks. Accessorize your car, truck, or SUV today at Toys for Trucks. So we're going to continue on with this pregame show. We're going to take a look at some starting lineups as they become available. I'm going to try to source those out for my colleagues up here in the press box at Cushman Field. We're making our way through the pregame show brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Let's take another look at another element, and that is our fuel for the game. The fuel for the game is brought to you by Circle K, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Took me a little bit to get this graphic pulled up. Our fuel for the game, a couple of players, no games yet on the calendar so far this season. Like we mentioned, this is the season opener, so we don't have any stats to read off for you so far yet this year. That's going to be created as we get underway for Grand Forks Central and West Fargo, but a couple of all EDC players that are making their return to the roster this season for the Knights. And that includes Lauren Reardon, she is a midfielder, and also Madison McLaughlin, she's a defender. Both were on the all EDC team last season, so they're part of that senior class that leads to some of those high expectations we're talking about for Grand Forks Central soccer this spring. We're kicking off the spring sports season at Cushman Field on KNOX Live Sports. First kick scheduled to start right at 7 p.m. We're going to take a quick break here. Word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will continue on with the pregame show on KNOX Live Sports.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to the True North Equipment Signature Graphics and Apparel pregame show. Tonight we're bringing you girls soccer at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo's scheduled start time. We should be right on schedule for 7 o'clock here at Cushman Field. This broadcast brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. Right now I'm going to do a quick run through of the starting lineups for both of these teams. Then we're going to send you back to a quick commercial break to hear a word from our sponsors. As a reminder, this broadcast is completely free for our viewers. Of course, there is no subscription necessary, no paywalls. And while you're watching, why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to get email updates every time we go live with one of our broadcasts, which is always coverage of Greater Grand Forks Prep Athletics. These starting lineups are going to be brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. Starting off with the visitors, West Fargo. West Fargo, as a reminder, we mentioned earlier on in the pregame show, they went without a win last season in 2024. They had an 0-5 overall record, 0-4 in the Eastern Dakota Conference. They were in last place, so they're trying to improve in the 2025 season. Their starting lineup: in net, the goalkeeper, Harper Olson. Then forward/midfielder, Maya Phillips. Number 4, that's going to be a defender, Grace Duffy. Number 6, forward/midfielder, Chloe Warren. She's a captain on this West Fargo team. Nora Doctor, she's a forward midfielder combo as well. Number 10, Jenna Ozier, senior defender. Number 11, Lila Anderson, 7th grade forward midfielder. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on her, how a 7th grader is able to keep up with this varsity pace. Number 13, Callie Halverson, she's a junior defender. Number 14, Genesee Alm. She's a sophomore midfielder/defender. Then number 20, Mackenzie Williams, sophomore midfielder. And number 22, sophomore defender, Brooklyn Lear. That is our Franson Bank and Trust starting lineups for West Fargo. Right now, let's take a look at how Grand Forks Central is going to line up for their season opener in the 2025 campaign. Number 1, Rowan Olmstead. She is a junior midfielder. Number 2, Addison Lamb. She's a forward. Number 3, Charlie Kulak. She is a senior midfielder. Number 7, May Dickelman. She is a captain on this team, a junior defender. Number 9, Madison McLaughlin. She was a 2024 All-EDC selection. She is a captain on this team. She is a senior defender. Number 10, Emily Common, senior defender. Number 11, J.C. Reardon. Number 12, Aubrielle Kramer. She's a captain on this team. Number 13, Lauren Reardon. Another one of those 2024 All-EDC selections. And then number 20, Haley Anderson Tibitowski. She's the goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central, the junior. And then rounding out the starting lineup is Lauren Malat, the freshman forward, the youngest player in the starting lineup for Grand Forks Central in the season opener. Once again, those starting lineups brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. We're going to take a quick break here. Word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will wrap up the pregame show, and that is brought to you on KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Welcome back to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We are just over 11 minutes away from the season opener of girls high school soccer in the state of North Dakota, live at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo. These two teams played each other twice a season ago. Grand Forks Central winning both of those matchups. The Knights were 6-6-2 a year ago, good for 4th place in the Eastern Dakota Conference. West Fargo 0-5 overall record. That was 8th place in the EDC. When these two teams faced up against each other a year ago, Grand Forks Central winning both of those matchups by scores of 2-0 and 4-0, respectively. We're just wrapping up our pregame show. This pregame show, once again, is brought to you by True North Equipment. True to our values, driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. Grand Forks Central, high expectations. Last time they made it to the state tournament was just a couple of seasons ago, 2023, trying to make it back this year with a pretty experienced lineup, one that includes 9 seniors. They have a goalkeeper that is a junior. They got a couple of freshmen in the starting lineup. When I was reading the starting lineup before our last commercial break, I mentioned Lauren Malott was the youngest player in the starting lineup for Grand Forks Central. There is another freshman in the lineup, and that is a forward number 2, Addison Lamb. So a couple of freshmen, nice blend of some youth and some experience as well for the Knights this season. Got to imagine that George Du Bois is very excited about the season, and you can imagine why they have such high expectations. Right now, let's take a look at the keys for the game. The keys to the game are brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season? Stop in today. They are known for hockey. They are the hockey world, so whether you need your skates sharpened, you need new sock tape or stick tape, they're going to be able able to take care of you, of course, but they have equipment for whatever sport it is you play, whether that be soccer, whether that be baseball, whether that be softball, volleyball, what have you. See what's new for the season and stop in today. Our keys to the game for West Fargo is they're going to need some big saves from their netminder. They went without a win a season ago, and that was one of their only bright spots for the Packers in 2024 was their goalkeeper. So they're going to need some big saves from her in the season opener at Cushman Field this evening if they want to have a chance to upset the Knights in the season opener. And then also timely offense. Do not break down on risk. They're going to want to be able to select when they want to be aggressive at the midfield and on the defensive side of the field for the Packers, but you got to take some risks and try to stretch out the field vertically north and south to be able to get some opportunities on the goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central, Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. The keys to the game for Grand Forks Central: use the experience advantage. We've been talking about that ad nauseum during this pregame show. Grand Forks Central, they have 9 seniors on this team. They have a couple of freshmen in the starting lineup as well, but they're going to want to use that experience to their advantage, not get too high when you're high, not get too low when you're low. Just play a nice even keel game throughout the entire 80 minutes of this soccer matchup, and then also play physical, especially in the midfield. Use some of those older players against a younger West Fargo team. So I would expect to see some physicality out of Grand Forks Central this evening if they're able to do that, but also be disciplined at the same time. We're going to see a successful evening here at Cushman Field for the Knights girls soccer program as they're opening up their season against West Fargo High School. We are just moments away from first kick. That's going to be right at 7 p.m. Once again, this pregame show has been brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We're going to take another break here. Word from our sponsors. When we come back, we're going to bring you to first kick at Cushman Field on KNOX Live Sports.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We just wrapped up our pregame show. That, once again, brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We're going to try and make it so our audio comes in a little bit more crystal clear here as we're going to paint this picture for you as we get ready for our video coverage of Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo High School in girls high school soccer. The season opener for both of these teams coming in with a clean record of 0-0 on the year. Both teams trying to start off strong against one another here at Cushman Field this evening. Once again, we're going to bring you through starting lineups for both of these teams. Starting lineups brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. So we're going to start off with West Fargo High School. The starters for the Packers: in net, the goalkeeper, a 7th grader, that's Harper Olson. Then forward/midfielder, 9th grader Maya Phillips. Defender, 9th grader Grace Duffy. Then sophomore forward/midfielder, captain Chloe Warren. Number 8, forward/midfielder, the sophomore Noah Doctor. Then senior defender, one of the team captains for the Packers, Jenna Ozier. Lila Anderson, she's a 7th grade forward/midfielder. Then number 13, Callie Halverson, she's a junior defender. Number 14, Genesee Alm, sophomore midfielder/defender. Number 20, Mackenzie Williams, sophomore midfielder. And number 22, Brooklyn Lear, she is a sophomore defender. That is your starting lineups for West Fargo. Now taking a look at our Franson Bank and Trust starting lineups for Grand Forks Central. Head coach for the Knights is George Dubois. Starting lineups for the Knights: in net, the goalkeeper, number 20, this junior, that is going to be Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. Then making our way in numerical order for the remainder of the lineup: number 1, junior, that's Rowan Olmstead. She's a midfielder. Number 2, that is going to be a freshman forward, Addison Lamb. Then number 3, senior midfielder, Charlie Kulak. And then number 7 is going to be a junior defender, May Dickelman. Number 9, the captain, is going to be Madison McLaughlin. She is a captain for this team, a senior defender. Number 10, Emily Common, senior defender. Number 11, J.C. Reardon, junior forward. Number 12, Aubrielle Kramer. She is a senior midfielder, also a captain on this team. Another captain is number 13, Lauren Reardon. She's a senior midfielder. Then rounding out the starting lineup for Grand Forks Central, one of the 2 freshmen for the Knights in the starting lineup. That's going to be number 25, Lauren Malott. She is a freshman forward. We're going to take one final break. When we come back, we're going to bring you First Kick at Cushman Field, Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
All right, we just got done playing the national anthem here at Cushman Field. Now we're getting ready to play some soccer. This is the season opener between Grand Forks Central and West Fargo. The spring sports season is upon us. It's a little bit of a chilly one at Cushman Field. The lights are already on. It looks like we have a relatively stiff wind. The flagpole right above the Ultra Health System scoreboard is flowing in the wind, so it will be interesting to see how much of a factor that will play for us here this evening as we're getting underway. Grand Forks Central taking on West Fargo High School. The Knights were an even 500 last season. They had a 6-6-2 overall record, good for 4th place in the Eastern Dakota Conference. West Fargo trying to improve. They did not win a single game last season. They were 0-5 overall. They were 8th place in the EDC. Both of the games between these two teams last season went in favor of the Knights. Obviously, they won by scores of 2-0 and 4-0, respectively. Grand Forks Central is going to start with possession. I'm going to make sure we start this clock, because once you start it, there's no stopping it, so there's not really much catching up if I'm behind the 8 ball in that regard. The officials are making sure everybody on the field is ready to go. The field quickly trying to make a rush towards the net. There was Lauren Malott. She was a little bit behind the pass that originated from midfield, and that one's going to go behind the net of West Fargo, so the goalie is going to kick this one in for the Packers. Actually, we're going to have what appears to be a free kick here for Grand Forks Central. This is going to take place at around the 26-yard line. It's a 120-yard field as the Nets are behind both of the end zones. Nice long kick there from Charlie Kulak. Just a strong leg there from the senior midfielder, and that one goes over the top crossbar. But that was definitely a grade A scoring opportunity for Grand Forks Central just less than a minute in to this 2025 season. West Fargo unable to clear this one out of their end of the field. And now we're going to get a throw in for the Knights. This one's going to be thrown into Abrielle Kramer. Kramer settles this one down at the far end of the goal box, and she's going to lose possession of that. However, Grand Forks Central is going to maintain possession. Here comes another throw in from around the 5-yard line. This one's going to be thrown in by J.C. Reardon, the junior forward for Grand Forks Central. Strong throw in towards the front of the net. This one's going to be headed out of danger momentarily. Now a chance on the side post. Trying to continue to center this one. It's going to get kicked around a little bit in the goalie box, and it is going to result in a goalkeeper kick. As the last to touch it were the Knights. Harper Olson, 7th grade goalkeeper. Her goal kick is immediately broken up, and that leads to a scoring opportunity for Grand Forks Central. Olson able to recover to make the save, trying to get a number on who had that opportunity, and that was J.C. Reardon. So Olson able to evade disaster there in the early stages of this 2025 season. She's able to get back in net to recover from a turnover that originated right off the goalie kick. Now here's another turnover. Addison Lamb making her way towards the net. She's going to pass this one over to Reardon on the far post, and she is taken down in the penalty box. So we'll see if this results in a penalty kick. It will not be. The infraction is going to be assessed against Grand Forks Central. So it's going to be a free kick all the way by the goalie box for West Fargo High School. Let's see if West Fargo is able to clear this one past center field, as they have yet to been able to break this one out of their own side of the field cleanly. Another turnover here off a free kick. Grand Forks Central quickly trying to move this one upfield, and it's going to go out of bounds on the far side, so that's going to result in another throw-in. May Dickelman will take these responsibilities. This throw-in gets kicked high up into the air, back towards the netminder. Loose ball kicked out of danger by West Fargo. Comes all the way back to Dickelman. She throws it, retreats back behind midfield. Dickelman being pestered on the far side. Eventually goes out on West Fargo. Dickelman quick to throw this one back in. Could lead to an opportunity on the rush for the Knights. Instead, this one is going to be kicked out. That's going to result in a corner kick. West Fargo kicking that one out. I'm having a tough time picking out the numbers on the front of their jersey. But when they turn around, that gets a little bit more clear from my perspective up here in the press box at Cushman Field. This corner kick for Grand Forks Central, their first of the 2025 season. Doing so is going to be Dickelman. It's a nice clean kick right onto the foot of Addison Lamb. She loses possession, comes back towards midfield. Common throws it all the way towards the net, and that goes off the top crossbar. Wow, that one originated from around the 30-yard line off the foot. I believe that was Emily Common, and I believe everybody on the field was getting ready for a goalkeeper kick, and that's what we're going to have as it went off the top of the crossbar and out of bounds. West Fargo really struggling to develop any form of a breakout coming off of these goalie kicks or penalty kicks coming inside the penalty box. Another throw in from the far side for the Knights. West Fargo trying to get this one out of the penalty box. Now making her way towards the net and scoring. That is Addison Lamb. Addison Lamb gets the first goal of the season for Grand Forks Central Soccer. And right now, Grand Forks Central is leading by a score of 1-0. I apologize. I want to capture that replay. Not to immediately show the replay. Getting used to, hopefully I was able to capture that one. Let's see. No. We're not able to capture that replay, so I apologize for that. But the first goal of the season is going to be Addison Lamb. She gets that one with 35-45 remaining in the first half. So I'm going to write that down in my scoring summary. So Grand Forks gets rewarded. They have been pretty tenacious on the striking side of the field. And Addison Lamb is the first one to strike pay dirt, the freshman for Grand Forks Central, one of the two ninth graders in the starting lineup for George Dubois this season opener. And she gets rewarded with the first goal of the season. Grand Forks Central with an early 1-0 lead. That goal courtesy of Bergstrom Electric, where the light indeed does shine brighter. They light the lamp. Bergstrom Electric, our goal sponsor for the 2024-2025 Grand Forks Prep Athletic season. Another throw-in incoming from Grand Forks Central. This one appears to slip out of the hands. But Grand Forks Central able to maintain possession. This one comes back near midfield. It's going to be played by Lauren Reardon. It's going to go back to a defender, right back onto the foot of Lauren. Lauren makes a defender miss, looking for a seam pass towards a striker. It's going to come back to Charlie Kulak. She passes this one forward to Aubrielle Kramer. Kramer to the far side. Grand Forks Central with what appeared to be an odd man rush opportunity, but that one is going to be whistled off sides. So we're going to have a free kick here for West Fargo on their defensive side of the field. They have not crossed midfield often. Still very early in this one. Just over 33 minutes remaining in half number one. Once again, another turnover there on a free kick. One of the only times that you're going to be able to control where you put the ball, and that leads to an offensive opportunity here for Grand Forks Central. Centering that one was J.C. Reardon. That one gets put out of harm's way for West Fargo. It's going to come back near midfield where Aubrielle Kramer is going to throw it back to the defender, Madison McLaughlin. Now it's going to come back towards the center. Lauren Reardon passes it over to the far side to J.C. Reardon. She gives chase to the far flag. She's able to get it before it gets out of bounds. No, she's not. So that's going to result in a goalkeeper kick. Nice effort there from J.C. Reardon, nonetheless, trying to receive a pass from her sister, Lauren Reardon. So we're going to have another goalkeeper here. Let's see if West Fargo is able to get this one into the field to play cleanly. Grand Forks Central has been absolutely suffocating in these plays. West Fargo not able to do so. Here comes another chance for Charlie Kulak as she tries to make her way towards the net. She gets taken down. And, man, that was inside the penalty box. You got to think that's going to result in a penalty kick. But once again, this contact inside the penalty box is going against Grand Forks Central in the early stages of this matchup. So it's going to be another free kick for West Fargo inside the goalie box. Once again, Grand Forks Central able to force a turnover on the striking side of the field. Lauren Reardon trying to make her way towards the far side, gets taken down. That's going to result in a free kick. Coming up rather gingerly on that one, I believe that is Lauren Reardon. She stays on the field, appears to be just fine. Taking this free kick is going to be Madison McLaughlin, 2024 All-EDC selection for the Knights. Senior defender. Let's see where she elects to play this one. Throws it at the massive body sitting towards the top of the penalty box, deflects back towards midfield. McLaughlin throws it towards the net yet again, but this one is going to miss wide significantly to the far side, so that's going to result in yet another goalie kick coming off the foot of Harper Olson, the 7th grade goalkeeper for West Fargo High School, and she is getting plenty of reps in this goalie kick play in the early stages of this season opener. This one, she tries to advance it towards Nora Doctor. It's going to deflect back to Grace Duffy. Grace Duffy trying to make a play, but this suffocating offense. Addison Lamb has it. She's going to move it over to Kulak. Kulak centering this one. Oh, what an amazing save. They continue to fight for it right on top of the goal line. Ball is still loose, still a threat. Grand Forks Central unable to put that one home. What a great initial save there from Harper Olson. We're going to capture that replay, and when we get an opportunity, we're going to show that to you. That is an early candidate for our finest auto trim cover of the game. The Knights with a grade A opportunity to make this a 2-0 soccer game, but the 7th grade netminder, Harper Olson, able to keep it a 1-goal game. Olson has it in her hands, surveying her options, taking her time. She's going to drop kick this one out towards the 25-yard line. Yet another turnover. Grand Forks Central trying to turn it into offense. This is Kulak. Her kick towards the net is going to miss high and wide. So yet another goal kick coming up for Harper Olson. I believe that was Kulak trying to get connected on the far side with J.C. Reardon on that last grade A opportunity from Grand Forks Central. And right now let's take an opportunity to take a look at that replay, and we did capture that for you. What an amazing save there. That opportunity coming off the foot of J.C. Reardon. But there to make the save was Harper Olson, so we continue to play on. 1-0 on our All-True Health System scoreboard. Grand Forks Central leading West Fargo. Reardon trying to center this one to get connected with Addison Lamb. She is right behind that one by about a half a stride on the near post. Addison Lamb almost getting her 2nd goal of the game. She is all over the net in the early stages, and we have some substitutions coming in here for Grand Forks Central. Lamb, the goal scorer, one of the players for the Knights to exit the field. We have a whole slew of substitutions coming in. I'll try my best to make mention. Kelsey McLaughlin, one of those players, onto the field. She's going to pass this one over to Malott. Malott on the near side. Her centering attempt is broken up. West Fargo throws it now towards the near flag, and this one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to result in what I think is going to be a corner kick. No, it's going to be a goalie kick. Grand Forks Central for a moment. Number 6, Kelsey McLaughlin. One of the more recent substitutions for Grand Forks Central. I also see Elizabeth Malott in there. Here's Kelsey McLaughlin right on top of the penalty box. She has that one taken away from her. There to make another turnover is Emily Common. Common trying to move that one to the near side. Another turnover at midfield forced by Grand Forks Central. Maneuvering with the ball is Common. Common is going to step out of bounds with possession, so it's going to result in a throw-in for West Fargo on the near side. Doing so for the Packers, that is going to be Priya Rai. That's a substitution for the Packers. Do not have her circled in my starting lineup. Those starting lineups brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC. Throw in here for Grand Forks Central on the near side. Massive bodies. West Fargo ends up with possession. They're going to try to advance this one past midfield. They have not done so very often in the early stages of this season opener. It has been all Grand Forks Central in the early stages. The only goal on the board courtesy of the freshman Addison Lamb. She was able to strike pay dirt with 35 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in half number 1. Another grade A opportunity that was steered aside by Harper Olson. That one coming off the foot of J.C. Reardon. The feed coming from Charlie Kulak, who made that play. But we continue to play on 1-0. Great save by Harper Olson, and that is definitely an early candidate for our finest auto trim cover of the game. Big or small, finest auto trim will cover them all. Reardon throws this one back to her defense. May Dickelman, nice stretch pass. Moving this one up to J.C. Reardon, who gives chase to the far corner. Reardon trying to make a move towards the center of the field. Nice footwork there. Able to center this one on the back post. Unable to get connected on, I believe that is Natalia Pyers. Number 5. Actually, correction, that is number 6. Kelsey McLaughlin was on that near post trying to be on the receiving end of that pass from J.C. Reardon. Some great footwork, great stretch pass from the back end from May Dickelman to set that one up to move it to the striking side of the field for the Knights. But then the stretch pass from the far side to the near post, unable to get connected there with Kelsey McLaughlin. The sophomore midfielder for Grand Forks Central is going to conduct a throw-in now on the near side along the 20-yard line. She's going to push this one towards the near corner. We have a whistle almost immediately, and that one is going to be assessed against. It's going to be a push-off against Grand Forks Central. So that's going to result in a throw-in for the Packers. Once again, Grand Forks Central, almost like the throw-in originated from their own team, able to get something set up. It's going to deflect back towards midfield. It's going to be played there by Dickelman. Dickelman, nice use of space there, trying to push the ball back towards the center of the field. West Fargo gets that one out of harm's way. Grand Forks Central throws it right back to where it came from. Battling for it down there is Abrielle Kramer. She's going to throw it over to the far side, moving it down low to Ava Walsh. Ava Walsh, one of those substitutions coming in off the bench. Not in the starting lineup initially, but she's getting some playing time here. She's going to push this one back towards the 20-yard line. Now it's going to come back towards the 30. Dickelman trying to move it back along the out-of-bounds line on the far side. Now they're going to flip directions. Grand Forks Central still with possession. Good job here of maintaining possession the last minute or so. Here's McLaughlin throwing this one back to Reardon. Reardon immediately touch passing this one high up into the air, trying to get connected with Addison Lamb, who gives chase, but she's just a stride too late on that one, so that's going to result in a goalie kick. Addison Lamb, the goal scorer for Grand Forks Central. That is the reason it is 1-0 with 25 minutes remaining in half number 1 of this season opener of North Dakota Girls High School Soccer at Cushman Field. The Knights have high expectations this season. They have 2 returning players who were 2024 All-EDC selections, part of the 9 seniors that are on this 2025 team, coached by George Dubois. So it'll be interesting to see how they live up to those expectations. Both teams in Grand Forks feel like they have a very strong chance of advancing to the state tournament. Grand Forks Central was last able to do so in 2023. One state championship for Grand Forks Central in their program history. That came all the way back in 1997. West Fargo with a throw-in. Grand Forks Central unable to move this one towards the middle of the field. Once again, West Fargo not able to cross that midfield line. 50-yard line, not exactly. It is midfield. I suppose you just extended the field by 10 yards each way, so the 50-yard line still is midfield here at Cushman Field. And it might be more interesting to keep count how many times Grand Forks Central puts the ball in the back of the net as opposed to how many times West Fargo is able to get the ball across midfield. It has been all Knights in the early stages. Just about halfway through half number 1, the Knights still lead by a score of 1-0. They're threatening here yet again. The ball right outside of the penalty box. West Fargo able to get that one out of harm's way. This one is going to come back to Dickelman. She throws it back towards the attacking side of the field for Grand Forks Central. Nice use of her body there is Nora Doctor. She's able to kick this one past center field. Midfield, I should say, for West Fargo. It's going to go out of bounds. And we're going to have a throw in for the Packers. It's going to be thrown in by Priya Rai. Peyton Olsen subbing in. First time in the game for the sophomore midfielder for West Fargo. Immediately has the ball thrown in her direction, but this one's going to end up on the feet of Lauren Reardon. She's going to pass it back to McLaughlin. It's going to be passed up along the far out of bounds line, giving chase on the far side. Grand Forks Central able to get possession. Nice foot race won there. Trying to get a number on who won that foot race down there. I believe that is number 14. That's Nora Prestang, the 8th grader. Have not said her name yet this evening. Nice hustle shown on the far side of the field, winning that foot race and able to come away with possession. Nora Prestang only in 8th grade, so we're seeing a little bit of a youth movement here early on for the Knights this 2025 season. The only goal has been scored by the freshman Addison Lamb, and Prestang showcasing her ability on the far side of the field. Throw in upcoming for the Knights. Throwing it towards the heart of the penalty box. It's going to create a massive bodies. We'll see who comes away with possession. Grand Forks Central, that's Prestang moving that one forward, trying to get connected with Ava Walsh. Walsh gives chase to the far side, and the ball is not yet out of bounds still, and that is going to be a goalie kick. Last touched by Ava Walsh for Grand Forks Central. Harper Olsen getting plenty of these reps in half number 1 of the season opener. Just a back of the napkin stat, haven't officially been keeping track, but she's at least had 10 of these goalkeeper kicks in the first half of half number 1. And this goalkeeper kick is going to go out of bounds without touching anybody. So Grand Forks Central, I believe, has possession here. There was some Confusion on the field. West Fargo thought it was their throw-in. Instead, the referees are able to correct that, and Grand Forks Central has it on the attacking side of the field. Nice takeaway there by Maya Phillips. Maya Phillips running with it along the far boundary, trying to move this one towards the center of the field. Nice pass getting connected with Peyton Olson. Peyton Olson continues to move along with it. Almost getting connected on a seam pass there were the Packers. But nice defense there from Grand Forks Central's number 9, Madison McLaughlin, to break up what could have been an opportunity for West Fargo. Running towards the netminder, Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. She hasn't had much action. Has yet to record a save so far this season. And that is just the way Grand Forks Central likes it. Up 1-0. 20 minutes remaining in half number 1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Grand Forks Central leading West Fargo. The goal scored by Addison Lamb. That one came with 35 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in half number 1. So now we're going to have a corner kick, I believe. This is the second of the game for Grand Forks Central. It's going to be kicked in by Kulak, I believe. If my eyes are not deceiving me, that is Charlie Kulak on the far side, the senior midfielder. Nice strong kick right in front of the net. It's going to come all the way to the near side, being chased down by Ava Walsh. Ava Walsh trying to move that one to Addison Lamb. She has her pocket picked, and West Fargo is just going to clear this one out towards midfield. Retreating back to her side for Grand Forks Central is Emily Common. Common's going to pass this one back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin, nice strong pass towards midfield. Has to be settled down by Kulak. While she's settling that one down, she has to fight for possession. And just a nice display of competitiveness there from Kulak. And now here comes another opportunity for Grand Forks Central. Racing down the far side of the field, I believe that's Prestang. Prestang running into some contact. Still has the ball on her foot. Passes this one back. And that's a goal for Grand Forks Central. That's going to be scored by Adrienne Coolin. We're going to capture that replay for you. And let's take a look at this one. It is brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Just great effort there from Nora Prestang to stay on top of that one. And she's going to pass that one back. I believe that was number 15. So that was Adrienne Cooling. I hope I have my pronunciations correct. I'm sure I'll get corrected here. But Grand Forks Central able to extend the lead. They now lead by a score of 2-0. So I'm going to write that one down in my scoring summary. Nice connection there between Prestang, the 8th grader, and Coolin. A couple of 8th graders getting connected there with about 19 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in half number 1. Grand Forks Central doubles up their lead over West Fargo High School. That one is scored once again by number 15, Adrienne Coolin. Nice feed received there from Nora Prestang. Running down the far side of the field, ran into some contact in the penalty box, and she was able to just keep possession of the ball on her foot, move it back towards her classmate, a couple of 8th graders, and we're talking about the youth movement. The first goal for Grand Forks Central scored by a freshman, now a goal that was assisted and scored by 8th graders. So we're about a minute ahead here on our All True Health System scoreboard. You're seeing on our screen. I'm going to try pause this to see if I can get back to what the accurate representation is here at Cushman Field. Right now it says there's 17 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. I'm unsure how I'm able to get off track with the clock. I was unaware that there were stoppages, but maybe I started it, jumped the gun a little bit. But we're going to get reconnected to make sure that the scoreboard on your screen is reflective with what we're seeing here at Cushman Field. Our All True Health System scoreboard reads Grand Forks Central 2, West Fargo 0. Grand Forks Central won both of the matchups between these two teams. Now here's another opportunity for the Knights. Right towards the top of the penalty box, that's Malat passing that one back, getting connected with Dickelman, I believe. Or correction, that's Charlie Kulak. and that's going to go over the net. So missed opportunity there for Grand Forks Central. Yet another grade A opportunity. They've had a handful of those. They've been able to convert on 2 of them. Now here comes Grand Forks Central again, and that has been a real notable theme we've seen throughout this matchup, is now we are caught up on our All-True Health System scoreboard. 16 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in half number 1. Grand Forks Central leading West Fargo High School. But back to my previous thought in regards to just this tenacious forecheck, for a lack of better terms, for Grand Forks Central. They are doing a really good job of taking away time and space from West Fargo, not even allowing them opportunities throughout the majority of this first half, opportunities to cross midfield. So you got to give credit to the game plan that was drawn up by George DuBois, and Grand Forks Central is executing with a comfortable 2-0 lead. Now here comes West Fargo crossing midfield right as I finish that thought. Doing so for the Packers is Chloe Warren, but she's going to have the ball taken off of her foot, and it's going to go off of Warren, out of bounds. Throw in upcoming for Grand Forks Central. This one's going to be thrown in towards Malott, and Malott kicks that one out of bounds. Wasn't sure what the official call there was. Maybe it was a push-off. Nevertheless, a throw-in here for West Fargo. Once again, Grand Forks Central, I believe they had possession there, and I thought that was out on the Knights, but the referee saw otherwise. Certainly has a better angle down on the field. Here at Cushman Field in Grand Forks, the season opener, we're getting started with our spring sports season after we wrapped up a really busy winter sports season, successful for all of the teams we cover in the greater Grand Forks area. Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River, the Knight Riders, the co-op of girls hockey, advanced to the state tournament. I believe they were consolation champions at the state tournament here in Grand Forks. Grand Forks Central winning the boys high school hockey state tournament, defeating Grand Forks Red River. Red River advancing both boys and girls basketball to the state tournament. East Grand Forks, of course, winning the Minnesota Class A state championship in hockey. So we're excited to continue on our coverage of Greater Grand Forks prep athletics into the spring season. Girls soccer, baseball, softball, track and field. We're excited to cover it all for you on the KNOX Live Sports Network. If you're watching this, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video, you'll have easy access. Just click on the logo of our channel and click subscribe, and you will get email updates every time we schedule a stream for one of our broadcasts, and usually we schedule them a couple days out, and there's another great opportunity there for Grand Forks Central. That one's going to miss to the wide side left. That opportunity coming off the foot of number 14, Nora Prestang, the 8th grader. She's had a couple of notable plays in half number 1. Most notably would have to be that assist that she provided on the second goal for Grand Forks Central. That one was scored by Adrienne Coulin. Now the Knights have it. This is Aubrielle Kramer, one of the captains for Grand Forks Central. A misdirection there. Back to play it is Madison McLaughlin. She has a striker right on her heels. That's Nora Doctor. McLaughlin doing a nice job to move this one upfield to evade what was the most pressure that's been applied up until this point for West Fargo. West Fargo keeping their foot on the gas pedal. It's going to go over to the far side. It's chased down by Dickelman. Dickelman fighting through some contact, able to move this one up before the ball reaches the out-of-bounds boundary. And she's going to move it up, and it's going to go off the body of a West Fargo midfielder. So it's going to result in a throw-in for Grand Forks Central. Different play, same result there. That's just going to result in the throw-in moving up about 10 yards. Grand Forks Central trying to push this one upfield. This is going to create an opportunity for Malott striking towards the net on the far side. Malott centering this one. That's broken up by a defender for West Fargo. They're able to get this one out of danger. Right back onto the foot, and that's going to be a goal for Grand Forks Central. Oh, just a broken up clearing attempt there for the Packers. And scoring this one for the Knights is going to be number 1, Rowan Olmstead, getting her first goal of the season. Grand Forks Central now leading by a score of 3-0. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. And you'll see here it just looks like a clearing attempt from West Fargo goes right onto the foot of Olmstead, and she just pats that one forward. Not a whole lot of velocity behind it, but is good enough to beat the goalkeeper, Harper Olson. Now Grand Forks Central with a 3-0 lead. So I'm going to write that one into my score sheet here yet again. This is just about less than 7 minutes from the previous goal that was scored by Coolin. We'll put it down at 12:45 minutes remaining. And this one was scored by Rowan Olmsted. So during our intermission report, we're going to show you some replays of the goals that were scored. We're not able to capture that first one, unfortunately, scored by the 8th grader Addison Lamb. But if you're interested enough, you can always rewind our YouTube stream, and you can be able to just watch that one in real time as it took place. But during our intermission break, we are just 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Once again, going to have to stop the clock to make sure we get caught up here for those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports. We're going to bring you through a scoring summary, show you the replays of the goals that we have on file. There was a big save made by Harper Olsen. No saves have been made so far by Haley Anderson Tibiatowski, the goalkeeper for Grand Forks Central. No shot stat on the Ultra Health System scoreboard here at Cushman Field. Oh, what an amazing acrobatic play there from Addison Lamb, unable to finish that one off, but she just kicked that one over the defender and continued on her path towards the net. A shot from the outside coming off the foot of Lauren Malott. Saving that one off an odd hop was Harper Olsen, so we're going to have a corner kick upcoming for Grand Forks Central. We continue the clock, 11 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in half number one. This corner kick is going to be taken by number 3, Charlie Kulak, senior midfielder for Grand Forks Central. And this is a strong kick to the far post, right onto the head of J.C. Reardon, I believe. And if the ball wasn't in the way, her head would have went into the far goal post. That's how accurate that corner kick was. Unable to convert was Reardon. She just ran out of real estate, I think, as that ball was pressed right up against the far goal post. What an amazing setup there. Grand Forks Central not able to score on their opportunity, but they continue to threaten Lamb with a kick that appeared to come off her foot awkwardly, went high up into the air. Now Grand Forks Central is going to score. This one's going to come off the leg of number 12, Aubrielle Kramer. So that is a goal for Grand Forks Central. That's going to stop our clock. I'm going to capture that replay. And here it is. The back end, we see Aubrielle Kramer as West Fargo was just trying to recover from that corner kick that they almost gave up a goal. So now I'm going to write this down. 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. This is turning into a blowout. That one is scored by Aubrielle Kramer. Her first of the season. 4 goals for Grand Forks Central. 4 different goal scorers. As we are just 10 minutes away. So Kramer, the goal scorer. The senior. So we've had the goal scorers for Grand Forks Central. We'll talk about this more during the intermission report as Grand Forks Central continues on the attack. Lamb trying to make her way towards the net. Clearing attempt comes back to Kulak. Kulak trying to move that one towards the frame, but that one is kicked out of harm's way by West Fargo. The goal scorers for Grand Forks getting the scoring started was Addison Lamb. She's a freshman. The second goal was scored by Adrienne Coolin. She's an 8th grader. The third goal was scored by number 1, Rowan Olmsted, a junior. And the most recent goal, now we have another one. Grand Forks Central. That one is scored, I believe. Let's try to get a number on that. Number 3, thank you to our colleagues up here in the press box. That's Charlie Kulak. So that's 5 goals for Grand Forks Central. 5 different goal scorers. Unfortunately, I was unable to capture that replay. I just broke the broadcaster's curse of focusing on my intermission report instead of calling the game that's taking place right in front of me. Charlie Kulak getting that goal for Grand Forks Central. That's the 5th for the Knights. 5 different goal scorers. This one coming with 9 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is turning into a rout. Grand Forks Central girls soccer looking very impressive in the season opener here against West Fargo High School. Nice hustle being displayed there by Addison Lamb. Lamb chasing it over to the near corner. Trying to send this one towards the center. Nice ball movement. It's going to come back to Kramer. And as it goes into the penalty box, West Fargo is able to kick this one out of harm's way. Peyton Olsen trying to maneuver this one towards midfield. She's going to kick this one off of Olmsted, who has a goal in half number 1 for Grand Forks Central. One of the 5 for the Knights. once again, suffocating forecheck there from Grand Forks Central. Another throw in, and it almost looks like West Fargo is a semi-defeated team. Let's see if their head coach, Chelsea Klein, is going to be able to inject some enthusiasm in this Packers team. And I know how difficult that can be in the early stages of a season when you're trailing by 5 at half. But they are not providing much support to their 7th grade goalkeeper, Harper Olson, who's made a couple of good saves through half number 1. Another throw in here for the Knights. This one is going to go on to the feet of Jenna Ozier, senior captain for the Packers. Ozier doing a good job of evading some pressure to move this one up to Chloe Warren. Warren has this one stripped away from her by Rowan Olmstead. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to result in a throw-in for West Fargo High School. Now just 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in half number 1. Grand Forks Central leading by a score of 5-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. All of these goals brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and the light indeed does shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric. Chasing this one down to the near corner is Rowan Olmstead. She settles it down, trying to center this one. Deflection comes back to Kramer. Kramer trying to throw it towards the far post. Nice step up there by Harper Olson. The 7th grader intercepts that pass. Waiting for it on the back post was a Grand Forks striker. But no goal as a result. Yet another grade A opportunity for Grand Forks Central. I'd say they've had about 7 or 8 grade A opportunities. They've scored on 5 of them. Another throw in here. 7 minutes remaining in half number 1. West Fargo just touches this one right back out of bounds. So that's going to move the throw in for Grand Forks Central on the far side up about 10-15 yards. Trying to push the envelope here are the Knights. Right onto the feet of Addison Lamb. Lamb does a nice job possessing that ball in tight spaces, trying to make her way towards the net. And she was trying to pass this one back, unsure what the whistle was there. It could have just went out of bounds behind the goal line. It sure looked like the ball stayed in place, so I apologize for not knowing what the call there was on the field as Grand Forks Central was threatening. Nevertheless, a goal kick coming from Olson. She passes it to the near side. Chloe Warren's going to dribble that one out of bounds. Last touch by Grand Forks Central. Now it's going to be thrown in by Eve Renner. Renner throws this one in to Chloe Warren. Chloe Warren making her way towards the center of the field. Nice pass to Delilah Doctor. Now trying to chase this one down on the near side is Peyton Olson, about 4 strides behind that one. That could have resulted in a fast break opportunity there for the Packers. The Packers with possession across midfield. And I said it earlier in the game, that might be the more interesting metric to keep an eye on throughout the duration of this matchup is A, goals scored for Grand Forks Central, B, the amount of times West Fargo High School can cross midfield. And right now I think Grand Forks Central has more goals than the amount of times West Fargo High School has crossed midfield. Just absolute domination in half number 1 for the Knights. Head coach George Dubois has to be very happy with the performance put forth in the season opener here in front of a home crowd at Cushman Field. The lights are on. The sun is not quite yet down. Beautiful April evening here in Grand Forks to start off our spring sports coverage. Grand Forks Central Soccer. Grand Forks is going to have a couple of good soccer teams this spring between the Knights and the Rough Riders. That'll be must-watch soccer when those two teams face up against one another later this season at Cushman Field. During our commercial break, before we head to the intermission report, not only will we go through a scoring summary and show you some highlights, we will also talk about the upcoming schedule for Grand Forks Central and some key matchups that they might have. One that they're obviously going to circle before every season is against their crosstown rival, Grand Forks Red River. Here at Cushman Field, we're in the shadow of Grand Forks Red River High School. The Knights feel right at home. The Knights trying to pressure here in the later stages of half number 1. Just 4 minutes remaining, just over 4 minutes remaining. This one's going to be dribbled out by Charlie Kulak. So that's going to be a goalie kick upcoming from Harper Olson. This broadcast is brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. They are our network sponsors. So as you might realize, our coverage of Greater Grand Forks Prep Athletics. You do not need a subscription. There is no paywall. So please make sure to support those who support us, whether it's a live ad read that I mentioned or one of the commercials that you see during one of our breaks. They make our coverage of Grand Forks athletics possible. Here's another chance from Grand Forks Central. However, this is going to be whistled before the shot goes on frame. That's going to be offsides called from our far side official, taking away an opportunity, I believe, from Lauren Reardon. Or correction, that's Ava Walsh with what could have been a scoring opportunity, but that was whistled offsides before that play fully developed. I'm going to stop our clock here on our video coverage. And here comes another opportunity for Grand Forks Central. Dribbling, this one is Addison Lamb, and she just has one too many defenders hack away at that one. It's going to go out of bounds, last touched by West Fargo, so it's going to result in a corner kick. This one's going to be kicked by Ava Walsh. Haven't seen her conduct a corner kick yet this evening. Seen some really strong kicks from Charlie Kulak. Let's see how Walsh matches up. Another strong corner kick. This one going all the way to the far post, right at the feet of Olmstead. And it looked as if she got another gift. Her first goal was basically, and another opportunity here for Grand Forks Central. It's going to go in the back of the net, but it's going to be no goal. Offsides. That one coming off the foot of Ava Walsh, who, right as she got done with the corner kick, she obviously hustled right towards the front of the net. And a clearing attempt from West Fargo that was unsuccessful led to Walsh being wide open right in front of the goalkeeper. And that's going to be an offsides call, correct call from the far side official. This one's going to be swallowed up by Olsen. Olsen's going to kick this one out towards midfield. It's going to be collected by Kramer. It's going to come back to the midfielder Bernhoft. Bernhoft trying to pass it to the far side. Couple of West Fargo Packer midfielders over there, negating that opportunity for Grand Forks Central to push it up further into the striking end of the field for the Knights. And now I have to resume my clock. Just a minute 35 seconds remaining in half number one on our All True Health System scoreboard. Grand Forks Central leading 5-0. Now here's the Knights once again with another opportunity. This one originating off the feet of Ava Walsh, trying to center this one towards the front of the net. It's going to be deflected out of bounds. So we're going to have another corner kick. And I believe this is Walsh taking it. No, she's going to be called off. In comes the captain, Madison McLaughlin. Senior defender, real strong leg. Let's see if we have that same play drawn up where she's going to throw this one to the far post. And that's exactly what happens. It comes a little bit off the goal line than I'd imagine McLaughlin wanted it to be, but it creates yet another opportunity off the post and in. That one coming off the foot of number 12, Aubrielle Kramer. That's her second of the night. And Grand Forks Central has put up 6 goals in half number one against West Fargo. This girls' soccer season opener is all Grand Forks Central. Yet another goal, her second of the night. That's going to be the senior midfielder, one of the captains for this Grand Forks Central team, Aubrielle Kramer. This one comes with just 53 seconds remaining in half number one. And wow, what an amazing performance for George Dubois' girls in half number one. They lead by 6, 2 of them coming from Kramer. 5 different goal scorers on 6 goals for the Knights. Still hungry for more with just 30 seconds remaining in half number one. Chasing this one over to the far out of bounds line is Kelsey McLaughlin. She's able to push this one forward, and it's going to be chased out of her own net. Playing that one is Harper Olsen, just trying to move that one forward. She foresaw her defender losing a foot race. That creates an opportunity. Nice strong kick originating from outside the goal box. That's Kelsey McLaughlin. And that one's going to be caught by Olsen. She's going to throw this one out towards midfield. Maybe one more chance. Just 5 seconds remaining. Olmstead centering feed off the foot of number 13, Lauren Reardon. Almost getting one at the buzzer was Grand Forks Central. But that's going to do it for half number one. Grand Forks Central leads by a score of 6-0 after 40 minutes of play. We're going to take a quick break here. A word from our sponsors. When we come back, we're going to bring you the intermission report. Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX Live Sports.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. The spring season opener here at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central girls soccer leading West Fargo after 40 minutes of play by a lopsided 6-0 score. We're going to make our way through this intermission report, and that is brought to you by High Plains Water. High-quality water can improve every aspect of your life: clearer skin, softer clothes, and better-tasting water. High Plains Water is your home's clear choice for awesome water. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel. We're going to bring you through a scoring summary. Like we mentioned, Grand Forks Central leading by a score of 6-0. No shots registered on net for West Fargo in the opening 40 minutes, so absolute domination for the Knights in that first frame. Getting the scoring started for the Knights was number 2, the 9th grader Addison Lamb. That one coming less than 5 minutes into the matchup with 35 minutes and 45 seconds remaining on the All True Health System scoreboard. That made it 1-0. Then we had a considerable amount of time where it was not necessarily back and forth action, but Grand Forks Central wasn't necessarily converting on their grade A opportunities. But getting the second goal for Grand Forks, that's going to be number 15, Adrienne Coulin. She got that one with 19 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in half number 1. She had a nice feed from Nora Prestang. So an 8th grader getting connected with another 8th grader there. That's a great sign for the strength of the future of this Grand Forks Central girls soccer program. That made it 2-0. Then less than 7 minutes later with 12 minutes and 45 seconds remaining on our Ultra Health System scoreboard in half number 1, Rowan Olmstead, the junior midfielder for the Knights, was able to put one home. A flurry of chances for Grand Forks Central eventually went onto the foot of a West Fargo defender, and their clearing attempt went high up into the air, maybe got caught in this Grand Forks wind. Just a gift that landed right onto the foot of Rowan Olmstead, and she's able to put that one home on inside the far post. That made it 3-0. Then a flurry of scores in the final 10 minutes for Grand Forks Central with 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in half number 1. Aubrielle Kramer, one of the senior captains for this Grand Forks Central girls soccer team, made it 4-0. And then less than a minute later, Grand Forks Central made it 5-0, a goal that was scored by Natalia Pyers, the junior midfielder for Grand Forks Central. And then with just 53 seconds remaining, under a minute left to play in half number 1, getting her second goal of the game. That's Abby Kramer, the senior midfielder for Grand Forks Central. So a score of 6-0. All of those goals brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and the light does indeed shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric. This broadcast brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Intermission Report, High Plains Water, Grand Forks Welding and Machine. My name is Sam Jensen. We're going to send you to one final intermission commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you the second half at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX Live Sports.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
Welcome back to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Our video coverage of tonight's girls soccer matchup between Grand Forks Central and West Fargo High School. That'll wrap up our intermission report after 40 minutes of play. Grand Forks Central dominating this one, winning by a score of 6-0. That intermission report is brought to you by High Plains Water. That is your home's clear choice for awesome water. You know quality water will improve every aspect of your life. Clear skin, softer clothes, better tasting water. High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. And it's also brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. They are our sponsors of that intermission report on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We were just moments away from starting off half number 2, corresponding with some individuals up here in the press box, and there is no mercy rule in North Dakota high school soccer. In Minnesota there is. I'd imagine the only mercy that can be provided is not stopping the clock. I also learned that they stop the clock when goals are scored. So that's just seems like high school soccer 101. But it's the season opener for all of us, so now I'm learning and getting better as we go. The sky continues to get darker here at Cushman Field, creating a great aesthetic. Tuesday night lights here in Grand Forks. The Knights girls soccer program starting off the season strong, trying to finish strong as well. Now the Knights are going to be moving on your screen from left to right, and West Fargo High School will be moving on your screen from right to left. West Fargo clearing this one out of their own end, kicking that one. For the Packers is Jenna Ozier. It's immediately pushed back towards the net. Chasing it out of her net is Harper Olson. Once again, this is a 7th grader playing in net for West Fargo. A lot of young players for the Packers. You just see a spattering of 7th graders, freshmen, sophomores. It's just they're getting valuable varsity experience in this season opener. Whether they feel like it or not, losing 6-0 against Grand Forks Central, a team that made state 2 seasons ago. They went through similar growing pains as well. George Dubois has his team primed for what looks like another run at the state tournament for Grand Forks Central girls soccer. Another nice play there by Harper Olson, running out of her own net to collect that one. She's going to drop kick this one over to the far side. First one to the ball is going to be Peyton Olson. Peyton Olson trying to move this one up along the far boundary. It's going to be last touched by Grand Forks Central, so it's going to be throw-in for West Fargo right at midfield. A throw-in that immediately comes back to the midfielder who threw it in for the Packers. Having a tough time gathering those numbers for West Fargo, especially on the front of their jersey on the far side of the field. And this is the first time I've called Haley Anderson Tibiatowski's name. She comes out of her net to play that one. Kicks it out towards midfield. Now giving chase on the near side is Lauren Malott. First one to the ball is West Fargo defender number 13, Callie Halverson, and she's going to kick that one out of bounds, so it's going to be a throw-in for the Knights on the attacking side of the field. Throw-in completed by Addison Lamb. She got the scoring started for Grand Forks Central. She's going to pass this one to Kulak. Kulak, just a turnaround shot there, and it's going to be deflected off of a Grand Forks Central. Having a tough time seeing the referee here in the near corner. Is that a corner kick? No, it's going to be a throw-in, and it did not go below the goal line. So it's going to be a throw-in. This is going to be thrown in by J.C. Reardon. Nice strong throw right towards the front of the near post. It's going to be deflected back, and it's played by Dickelman. She tries pass it to the near corner, but it will not reach its intended target. Some miscommunication in that regard. So it's going to be a throw-in as close to the corner as you can get for West Fargo. And they have had a difficult time clearing it out of their side of the field. This one's going to trickle back to Lauren Reardon. Lauren Reardon settles the ball down, passes it over to the near side. Kramer continues to pass to the near side. Addison Lamb back to Kramer. She's going to pass it back to Dickelman. Dickelman centering feed, streaking towards the net is Olmstead, and she's not able to get a shot off there. Nice display of ball movement from Grand Forks Central led to a scoring opportunity on the far post. Olmstead maybe just a stride behind that pass. And now another turnover here for Grand Forks Central. Lauren Reardon giving chase to the far boundary. She's not able to get it before it goes out of bounds. Or it must have been last touch by West Fargo. We're going to have a throw in here for the Knights. This one's going to be thrown into Kramer. Kramer settles it down, passes it back to her midfield counterpart. Some more great display of ball movement here from Grand Forks Central. And you got to imagine that had to have been a priority during halftime from George Dubois, talking about maybe not trying to, stretch out the score as much, but focus on the finer parts of their game. And you're really seeing them pay attention to detail here in the early stages of half number 2, as they've been moving the ball around quite a bit. And this one is going to go out of bounds, so it's going to result in a corner kick. Last touch by West Fargo. Kicking this one in the far corner is going to be Charlie Kulak. We've seen her leg strength on display. She completed a couple of corner kicks in half number 1. And I'd imagine this one's going to come to the near post here. High up into the air, about 10 yards off the goal line. It's settled down by Dickelman. She gives chase over to the far side of the penalty box, but that one's going to be kicked out of harm's way by a West Fargo defender, so that's going to be another throw-in upcoming for Grand Forks Central. This one's going to be thrown in by Emily Common. Common throws this one into Malott. Malott settles it down, trying to pass that one over to Kulak. Kulak unable to make a defender miss. Thought she was maybe leaving it for a teammate. Now West Fargo is going to just clear this one out past midfield, forcing Grand Forks Central's Natalia Pyers to retreat back to her side of the field. Grand Forks Central defenders doing a nice job of playing keep away there. They're going to move this one back towards midfield. It's broken up momentarily, but it's going to be collected by Kramer. Kramer's going to drop this one off for Reardon. Reardon's going to pass it up to Malott at midfield. Nice little give and go there. Now giving chase on the near side. Couple of Grand Forks Central players. Addison Lamb is going to try to be the first one, but she loses that foot race. Nice aggressive goalkeeping right there from Harper Olsen, coming way out of her net. Right up. Coming way out of her net to negate what could have been a wide open. If Addison Lamb would have won that foot race, she would have had the entire net to shoot at. For her second goal of the season. The 9th grader for Grand Forks Central got the scoring started, but the Knights continue their impressive play here in half number 2, and they look a lot more crisp, even though they haven't scored a goal yet. But here comes an opportunity for Grand Forks Central. Giving chase was J.C. Reardon, but that was whistled offsides before she was able to settle the ball down. So even if she was able to settle it down and put it in the back of the net, then that would have resulted in no goal. Nevertheless, it's still offsides. Free kick upcoming. This one's going to be taken by a defender for West Fargo. Really having a difficult time. I apologize for our Packer viewers who are trying to listen in and have an idea of who their players are. That one was kicked by Jenna Ozier. But once again, Grand Forks Central forcing a turnover after these goal kicks. The free kicks on the defensive side of the field for West Fargo. Just a tenacious, for lack of better terms, forecheck from Grand Forks Central early on. And now Grand Forks Central goalkeeper coming way out of her net. Nice play there. Maybe a little eager to get into the action. Trying to move around is Haley Anderson Tibiatowski, coming way out of her net to get that one out of harm's way. That could have resulted in an easy tap-in goal for West Fargo, looking for their first of the season. This is the season opener for both of these teams. We showed you the drive for the title during our pregame show, that segment. Everybody had a 0-0 record with a clean slate. So everybody full of optimism, and Grand Forks Central really feeling that confidence grow minute by minute here as they're taking on West Fargo, leading by a score of 6-0, just 32 and a half minutes remaining in this one. Dribbling with it on the far side is Lauren Malott. Lauren Malott throws on the brakes. Nice display of footwork there. She finally has the ball come out of her possession. It's going to go over to the far side. A shot attempt is going to hit the side of the net and go out of bounds. So that's going to result in a goal kick for West Fargo. Once again, this broadcast is brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of their specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales. Trailer parts, here's a chance for Grand Forks Central, and that one's going to be broken up, and it's going to go out of bounds. That should be a corner kick, I believe. Grand Trailer Sales, our other network sponsor. Whether you need trailer parts, if you're looking to sell your trailer, buy a trailer, or if you need to have service on your trailer, all of that can be done at Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks. So it is going to be a corner kick for Grand Forks Central. It's going to be taken by Charlie Kulak. Kulak is showcased her leg strength on a number of occasions here during this matchup in the season opener for Grand Forks Central. There it is again. This one's going to come about 15 yards off the goal line. It's going to be headed by a West Fargo defender, but getting possession right away is Lauren Malott. She's trying to move that one back over to Kulak on the far side. They're unable to get connected there. Last touched by Grand Forks Central. It's going to be a throw-in upcoming for West Fargo High School. Priya Rai coming into the game for West Fargo High School. Trying to maybe receive this incoming pass. Chloe Warren taking care of that duty for West Fargo High School. Grand Forks Central retreats. They pass it back to their defender. That is McLaughlin. The older of the McLaughlins, number 9, Madison McLaughlin, one of the senior captains for Grand Forks Central. The captains for the Knights, as we have an opportunity on the near side. Nice use of the body to keep Addison Lamb away from the ball. Nice job there by West Fargo defender. That's Grace Duffy, the freshman defender, utilizing her body position to keep another freshman, Addison Lamb, from having an opportunity to score her second goal of the game. The captains for Grand Forks Central, junior May Dickelman. Then we have senior Madison McLaughlin, senior Aubrielle Kramer, senior Lauren Reardon, and those are your seniors for the 2025 Grand Forks Central girls soccer team. West Fargo crosses midfield, and that's last touched by Grand Forks Central, so we're going to have a throw-in on the far side. I believe this is Chloe Warren who's going to be throwing it in for the Packers. Warren's throw-in is going to be whistled as an infraction, so that's going to result in a throw-in for Grand Forks Central. She stepped over the boundary line. So now the Knights are going to throw it in from that same location. Passing this one in immediately to Malott. She settles this one down. And a nice set play off the throw-in. This could lead to an opportunity. However, it's going to be first touched by Callie Halverson on the defensive side of the field for the Packers, and they're able to get this one out of harm's way. It looked like they were setting up a play at midfield, but a pass that forces Chloe Warren to retreat back to her defensive side of the midfield for West Fargo High School. Now dribbling with it is J.C. Reardon, trying to make her way towards the net on the far side. Running towards the far corner. Her centering attempt is going to go right into the arms of Harper Olsen. Harper Olsen rolls this one out. It's going to go over to Grace Duffy. She chases it over to the far corner. Nice job providing some pressure there is J.C. Reardon. Reardon passes this one up to Olmstead. Olmstead centers it for Malott. Malott settles it down, surveying her options. She tries past that one back. I believe she's trying to get connected to Kramer. The pass was behind its intended target, creates an opportunity for West Fargo to get it out of harm's way momentarily. West Fargo with numbers. Let's see if they're able to do something with it. We have a collision near midfield. It's going to result in a penalty. Lauren Reardon collided with the West Fargo midfielder there. That was not intentional, so we're not going to get any cards pulled out of the referee's pockets here. We continue to play on. 28 minutes remaining in half number 2. Grand Forks Central on our Ultra Health System scoreboard, leading West Fargo by a score of 6-0. A season ago, that was the cumulative total of goals that Grand Forks Central had against West Fargo. These two teams faced off against each other twice in 2024. Grand Forks Central winning both of those matchups by scores of 2-0 and 4-0, so a cumulative total of 6-0 on the season series last year between Grand Forks Central and West Fargo High School. And in one half of action in 2025, Grand Forks Central having an explosion of offense, and they are not sacrificing any defense either, at least in this matchup. Nora Prestang and Elizabeth Malott coming into the game. For Grand Forks Central, Prestang had a nice assist on that second goal for Grand Forks Central. The goal scorer there was Adrienne Cullen. A couple of 8th graders getting connected, and that's probably one of the... Oh, here comes an opportunity for West Fargo. A shot from the top of the goal crease, and what an amazing save. We will have to capture that replay, and we will show that to you when the time is appropriate. Right now seems like an appropriate time. A turnover near, just right on top of the penalty box here. And West Fargo with the shot and just firing that one. And what an amazing save made by Haley Anderson Tibiatowski to keep this a 6-0 soccer game. And that is by far our top candidate right now for our finest auto trim cover of the game. That's her only save that she's been forced to make, and it was a highlight reel save. It forced her back onto her rear end, and she had to still keep the ball out of the net. While she was laying on her back, the ball still had forward momentum going towards the back of the net. She was able to maintain her focus. So Haley Anderson-Tibiatowski giving her a reason to come back to practice. They say that in golf. You're always looking for a reason to keep you coming back, and that's a reason there for Haley Anderson-Tibiatowski. I'd imagine that her passion for soccer didn't necessarily need that save to come back, but always like to have a highlight as a goalkeeper. Grand Forks Central now with a chance. Streaking is J.C. Reardon. J.C. Reardon running towards the net, and that play was broken up nicely and cleanly by Grace Duffy, the freshman defender for West Fargo. God, I'm not sure if that was Duffy. I believe that was actually number 9. That's Eve Renner, senior defender for the Packers, breaking up that attempt on the rush from Grand Forks Central's J.C. Reardon running towards the net. J.C. Reardon, junior forward, has had plenty of opportunities. Do not believe she's scored yet, however. She has not. The Reardons have been kept off the score sheet so far, but they have made their presence felt on a number of occasions. A pass over to the far side. Prestang just a stride behind that one, settles it down on the far boundary of the penalty box, and it's going to be kicked out of harm's way. Kramer's going to collect it. She retreats back towards midfield. Grand Forks Central is going to recollect themselves. Pass forward, nice ball movement through midfield. That one's broken up right as I say that. Now here comes what could have been an opportunity for West Fargo. They were streaking towards the net. Nice job there for Grand Forks Central's number 10, Emily Common, to negate what could have been 2-on-0, 3-on-0 for West Fargo if that ball would have made its way through. I'd imagine Anderson-Tibiatowski would have came out of her net to maybe play that one to negate what could have been a very odd man rush opportunity for West Fargo. And stepping out of bounds on the far side is Grand Forks Central, Emily Common. So it's going to be a throw-in upcoming for West Fargo. We have a couple more substitutions coming in. I'm going to rely on our public address announcer to get an idea of who's subbing in here for Grand Forks Central. I believe Addison Lamb making her way back onto the field. That's one of the numbers. I don't think she's played in the last couple of minutes, so she's making her return. Got the scoring started for Grand Forks Central, did the freshman. Emma Nowatzki also getting in. Don't believe I've called her name yet so far. Ava Walsh also checking in for Grand Forks Central. And then checking in for West Fargo High School is going to be number 5, the sophomore midfielder, Peyton Olson. Teams fight for possession on the far side boundary, comes back near midfield. Grand Forks Central pushes this one towards the striking end of the field, but nice play there by West Fargo defense to get it out of harm's way. It actually stays in the penalty box. It was almost a pass on the rush, leading to an opportunity. I'm going to try to get a number who put that ball on frame, but making the save for West Fargo is going to be Harper Olson. I believe that wasn't Nora Prestang on the far side. Not able to collect that number. We continue to play on. Grand Forks Central trying to threaten yet again. This pass is going to come over to the near boundary. This is Kelsey McLaughlin. McLaughlin centering feed. Goes onto the foot. Oh, what a grade A opportunity there from Elizabeth Malott. Misses the net wide. Grand Forks Central still applying pressure. It's finally kicked out of bounds by a West Fargo defender. So now we're going to have a throw-in upcoming for Grand Forks Central. We've yet to stop the clock here in half number 2. No goals have been scored in this second frame. All 6 for Grand Forks Central coming in the first 40 minutes. We'll bring you through a scoring summary, hand out some awards during our post-game show. So don't go anywhere. We're going to break down tonight's action, talk about this dominating performance for Grand Forks Central, as they are well on their way to starting off the season with a victory. We'll have a 1-0 record. I'm going to pull up real quick as we continue to play on the schedule for Grand Forks Central. They have no more games throughout the remainder of this week. They'll pick things back up next Monday, April 14th, against Fargo Shanley here at Cushman Field. Then they play a trio of away games, Fargo South, West Fargo Cheyenne, Fargo North, And then a game that's always circled on the schedule, Grand Forks Red River, a couple of crosstown rivals. That game will be played on April 26th, of course, right here at Cushman Field. And I'll imagine that we will have coverage for you for that matchup right here on KNOX Live Sports. Anderson Tibiatowski showcasing her leg strength. That drop kick comes all the way out to midfield. It's played by West Fargo, but they're going to kick that one out of bounds on the near side. And throwing it in now for Grand Forks Central is going to be Emma Nowatzki. Nowatzki's throw-in is broken up by Peyton Olson, but that's going to go off her body and immediately out of bounds. That's going to be another throw-in. Nowatzki should have an opportunity, but the referees are actually going to say that that was last touched by Grand Forks Central, so it's going to be thrown in by West Fargo's Grace Duffy. West Fargo trying to flip the field from east to west, but they're not able to penetrate too far into the attacking side of the field. Are the Packers. Grand Forks Central quickly moves it out towards midfield. Now Natalie Pyers has it, chasing after it to the near side. Correction, that was Kelsey McLaughlin. Last touch by West Fargo. Here comes another throw in for the Knights. That one's once again going to go off of Peyton Olson. And yet again, the referee disagrees. His last touch by Grand Forks Central, so a throw in upcoming for the Packers. This one's going to go into Olson. Olson trying to push this one up the field. It's broken up immediately by Lauren Reardon. Reardon pushes this one forward. A centering feed coming there from Kelsey McLaughlin. Didn't get a whole lot of steam onto that one. West Fargo able to clear it back towards midfield. Kramer retreats back to the defensive side. With it on the near side is Nowatzki. Nowatzki passes this one up to Kramer. Kramer then to the near side, McLaughlin. And that one's going to bounce over McLaughlin's foot, and it's going to go out of bounds. So we're going to have yet another throw-in. 19 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in half number 2 here at Cushman Field. The season opener for both of these teams. Grand Forks Central leading on our All-True Health System scoreboard by a score of 6-0. All 6 of those goals were scored in half number 1. And as I have been suspecting here in half number 2, you got to imagine George Dubois, instead of focusing on just continuing to make that a more crooked number on our All-True Health System scoreboard, he wants to focus more on the finer parts of the game. Nice play there by Addison Lamb, retreating back towards midfield, passing it towards Kelsey McLaughlin. She passes it back off for Lamb. One-touch pass over to Adrian Coulin, who has a goal so far. That was a strong shot attempt from the outside, but it's going to miss high of the net. So that's going to be a goal kick now upcoming for West Fargo. Goal kick comes to the near side, and it's going to go under the foot of Grace Duffy, and she watches that one roll out of bounds, so it's going to be an immediate throw-in coming up here for the Knights. Throwing this one in is going to be Kelsey McLaughlin. She throws it into Kramer. Kramer trying to center this one right on top of the penalty box, creates a scrum, and it's kicked out of harm's way over to the far side. Chasing after this one is Chloe Warren. Chloe Warren loses that foot race to Lauren Reardon. Reardon able to keep it in bounds, but she sacrifices some positioning. Now here comes an opportunity for West Fargo, but nice play from the goalkeeper, Haley Anderson Tibiatowski, coming way out of her net to negate what could have been a breakaway opportunity for West Fargo. Streaking on the far side, I believe that was Chloe Warren giving chase for West Fargo. Chloe Warren, a captain on this Packers soccer team, only a sophomore, listed on the program as a forward/midfielder. So a little bit of a utility player. See a lot of utility players for West Fargo. Looking at their program, there's a handful of players who play dual roles, both forward and midfielder. And when you look at Grand Forks Central's roster, everybody has a defined position. Nobody splits roles. Although when you watch the game, sometimes you'll see a couple of players who appear to be all over the place. One of those players with the ball right there is Abrielle Kramer. Kramer passing this one to the defense. Comes right back near Kramer, but it's going to be played by Reardon, trying to get connected with Lamb. Lamb making the way to the near side. Her shot not able to get good contact on the ball there, and it's going to miss wide to the near side. It's going to result in another goalie kick here for West Fargo. We got a couple more substitutions coming in for Grand Forks Central. Checking in is number 21, Kate Bernhoft, and one other substitution, number 14, Nora Prestang. So I got to give credit to the public address announcer here in the press box at Cushman Field. And an opportunity after the substitution here for Grand Forks Central, trying to make their way towards the top of the penalty box there. Kramer blocks a clearing attempt for West Fargo, throws it right back into the danger area for West Fargo. West Fargo trying to get it out of harm's way. They throw it over to the far boundary. Giving chase is going to be Nora Prestang, but it was last touched by West Fargo, so she's going to just watch that one roll out of bounds. And she's going to throw this one in for the Knights. Prestang actually going to hand this one off to another player for Grand Forks Central, who will conduct that throw-in. Comes right back, and a long-distance shot led to what could have been a header on the near side. Waiting for it there, unable to get connected was Kelsey McLaughlin, as that was good positioning, a nice feed from the far side, but McLaughlin unable to get her head on that one. Just over 15 and a half minutes remaining in the second half in this soccer game. It's been all Grand Forks Central. Just a dominating performance on every area of the field. Haven't had to watch them maneuver on the defensive side too much, so it'll be interesting to see as this season develops how that backside holds up when they play teams that have a little bit more firepower up front than as opposed to what West Fargo, the threat they are posing against Grand Forks Central here in this season opener at Cushman Field. West Fargo trying to move this one towards midfield. It was broken up momentarily by May Dickelman. And Dickelman is going to deflect that one off a West Fargo player. Goes out of bounds. Now she's going to throw it in. Prestang pops this one high up into the air. Gives chase on the far boundary. Now Prestang is going to try to pick this one up in stride. Throws on the brakes, trying to make a move. Able to make a defender miss. Centering feed is going to be deflected, and that should be a corner kick. It will be a corner kick. And I would love to see a number here, but I just do not. I'm not able to see the number of who's going to complete this corner kick for Grand Forks Central. Coming in, this is Madison McLaughlin. Thanks once again to our public address announcer here in the press box of Cushman Field for providing some support. Not on the payroll at Leighton Media, but still providing some support for myself here as we're doing play-by-play for Grand Forks Central. We got a scrum right in front of the net, and this is going to create an opportunity. Wide open shot there, and it's going to be another goal. That's scored by Kelsey McLaughlin. As she makes it 7-0, that's a touchdown for Grand Forks Central with the extra point now. They lead by a score of 7-0. That goal once again brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and the light indeed does shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric. That goal scored by number 6, Kelsey McLaughlin. I'm going to have to stop the clock here. We're going to continue to run the clock. So that goal comes with about, I'm going to estimate that was with around 14 minutes remaining in half number 2. So a good amount of time that was played there, about 26 minutes without a goal, West Fargo. But off the corner kick, completing the corner kick was Madison McLaughlin. Scoring the goal is going to be Kelsey McLaughlin. So the McLaughlins both getting a hand in that goal. Or a foot, I should say. West Fargo trying to just create some momentum for themselves as they get ready to complete a busy girls soccer season that's going to be condensed. The state tournament, as I pull up Grand Forks Central schedule yet again, the state tournament is going to start on May 29th. So all the regular season games are going to have to be concluded before the state tournament begins on that date. The 2025 North Dakota Girls High School Soccer. And now here comes a chance for Grand Forks Central, kicking that one over the netminder, who is now down with an injury, trying to make her way towards the net. I believe that was Kulin. But the goalkeeper is down. That's Harper Olson. So that's going to result in a stoppage with 12 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. I'm going to be able to actually correct the clock here. So now we've corrected our clock. 12 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. The 7th grade goalkeeper for West Fargo, Harper Olson, coming out of her net. way out on top of the penalty box there, sitting at the 15-yard line. Is giving chase for Grand Forks Central was Adrienne Cullen, who has a goal already in this matchup, the 8th grader. She received a feed in half number 1 from Nora Prestang. She had a great opportunity there, but you got to give credit to the 7th grader Harper Olson being aggressive from her goalkeeping position, coming all the way out of her net. But she got some contact there. Incidental contact, I must add. No call was made on the field, but we're going to have a stoppage, allow this netminder. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Grand Forks Central Soccer on KNOX Live Sports.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
We welcome you back to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. That's a timeout. We don't have a lot of opportunities to give credit to our timeout sponsors during these soccer broadcasts. That timeout is brought to you by Apex Apparel, your family-owned quick turnaround apparel and print shop in Grand Forks. We're getting close to slow pitch softball season. If your team needs to have their jerseys upholstered, reach out to Elizabeth and her team at Apex Apparel. They'll be able to complete that job no matter how big, no matter how small. They'll take care of it for you at Apex Apparel. And this timeout also brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, the region's largest agricultural tire supplier in the northern Red River Valley. So back on her feet is Harper Olson, the goalkeeper for West Fargo High School, the 7th grader. Let's just hope she's back on the power of her own 2 feet, under her own strength. Let's just hope that she just got the wind knocked out of her, receiving some attention from the medical staff on site here at Cushman Field and the coaches of West Fargo High School. And it appears she's going to stay in the game. So you got to give credit to the toughness of Harper Olson. She's going to stay in there. The referee's having a conversation with the coaching staff. It will be interesting to see if Olson is forced to come out of this one. So now it appears Olson is trying to get an understanding of whether or not she's going to stay in the game or not. And it looks like she is going to make her way towards the sideline, so that's going to be a night for Harper Olson. In comes the backup goalkeeper for West Fargo High School. I believe this is going to be Aubrey Rask. That's the only other goalkeeper on our program. Aubrey Rask, the sophomore goalkeeper, wearing jersey number 0. So we're going to continue to play on. This is going to be a corner kick for for Grand Forks Central, rather. It's going to be executed by Charlie Kulak. Charlie Kulak, strong kick to the far post, trying to threaten Aubrey Rask just moments after she checks into this game. The clock continues. Just over 12 minutes remaining in this soccer game. The season opener, Grand Forks Central. Now that's an immediate, apparently the referees must have mentioned Harper Olson. You're going to have to sub out at least momentarily if we're going to stop play and allow you to seek some medical attention. Thankful to see she's back out onto the field. Harper Olson, Aubrey Rask almost had to face some pressure there off the corner kick, but a shot did not make its way on frame. Back onto the field is Harper Olson. You got to love to see that. The 7th grader still with the competitiveness to come back out onto the field. She's made some big saves tonight as well, especially in half number 1. That was an early candidate for our finest auto trim cover of the game, but a save here in half number 2 from the Grand Forks Central goalkeeper, Haley Anderson Tibiatowski, is probably going to take that honor unless we see a better save here in the final 11.5 minutes of this season opener here at Cushman Field. Grand Forks Central on our All-True Health System scoreboard, 7 to West Fargo 0. 6 goals for the Knights coming in half number 1. 1 in half number 2. The goal scorer in the second frame coming off the foot of number 6, Kelsey McLaughlin. We've had 7 goals for Grand Forks Central, 6 different goal scorers. You got to imagine George Dubois has to love the depth he's seeing from his team in terms of the amount of players that have shown the ability to put the ball in the back of the net. And a wide variety of classes as well that are putting the ball in the back of the net for Grand Forks Central. We've seen some 8th graders, a freshman. Here comes another goal for Grand Forks Central. We'll capture that replay, trying to get an idea of who scored that goal for Grand Forks Central. J.C. Reardon is going to get the goal. J.C. Reardon. So let's take a look at that replay. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. A pass on the far side coming from Rowan Olmstead. Nice feed right onto the foot of Reardon. She has to shed some contact and utilizes her left foot to put that one in the back of the net. So now Grand Forks Central stretches their lead to 8. It is 8-0 now with 9 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. So that goal coming from number 11, J.C. Reardon, the junior. So now 8 goals for Grand Forks Central, 7 different goal scorers. We're going to say that one came with about 10 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the soccer game. Grand Forks Central with the touchdown and a 2-point conversion now. They lead by a score of 8-0, 6 of them coming in half number 1, 2 coming here in half number 2. The 2 goals coming here in the last 30 minutes or so, coming from number 6, Kelsey McLaughlin, and the most recent goal scored just moments ago off the foot of number 11, J.C. Reardon. West Fargo trying to find some momentum, something positive to put on film for their head coach, Chelsea Klein. This one's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Grand Forks Central, so a throw-in upcoming for West Fargo. Taking care of that duty is going to be Grace Duffy. So they chase down the ball. Some substitutions coming in for West Fargo. Delilah Doctor, a 7th grader, one of those substitutions coming in for the Packers. Just getting valuable game time experience are these youngsters for West Fargo. And it's going to pay off. Maybe not this season, but a couple seasons down the line. This is very valuable varsity experience for a lot of these younger players for West Fargo and also for Grand Forks Central as well. I mean, we've seen contributions from freshmen and 8th graders for the Knights. And we were talking just moments ago about the distribution of goals for Grand Forks Central and the different ages that have scored for the Knights. So that has to be a positive sign of the health of the future of this program beyond 2025, but certainly some high expectations. 9 seniors on this 2025 Grand Forks Central soccer team. They have high expectations. They feel like they have the talent to make it back to the state tournament. Last time they did that was 2 years ago, 2023. Now an opportunity on the rush here for Grand Forks Central. Trying to center that one was Lauren Malott. And that one is going to hit the side of the net and go out of bounds. Actually, it was last touched by a West Fargo defender, so it's going to be a corner kick upcoming. And once again, this one's going to be executed by Charlie Kulak. Kulak has it in the near corner with just 7.5 minutes remaining on our All True Health System scoreboard. Kulak waiting for the play to get developed in the front of the net. Here comes the shot right on the back post off the head of J.C. Reardon, but it's going to miss high of the net. That was an amazing play. What a setup there from Charlie Kulak. Just a strong corner kick right where she wanted to put it on the far post. Waiting for it there was J.C. Reardon, elevating above the rest of the West Fargo defenders. Able to get a head on it, but it misses just high. That's some positive film that I'm sure George Dubois is going to want to point out in terms of how they want to set up their corner kicks for the remainder of the 2025 season. Not able to execute, but still some positive film there for Grand Forks Central. Ball goes out of bounds on the near boundary. Last touch by the Knights. So it's going to be throw in on the defensive side of the field for West Fargo. It's actually a free kick. Just 10 yards from the goal line. This one is sculled off the turf. It's going to be played immediately by Delilah Doctor, a 7th grader. A couple of 7th graders on the team for West Fargo. Doctor providing some pressure there, forces Rowan Olmstead to dribble that one out of bounds. Now it's going to be thrown in by Grace Duffy. Duffy throwing this one in. That's broken up by Aubrielle Kramer. Comes out of bounds. It's going to be thrown in from the same location. Once again, this one goes into Dr. Kramer once again, forcing a turnover, looking for a stretch pass through the middle of the field. That's broken up by West Fargo, and it's going to go off the head of Elizabeth Malott. She pushes that one out of bounds along the near boundary. West Fargo's going to throw it in right at midfield. It goes off the feet of Genesee Alm. Alm regains possession, running towards the middle of the field, trying to throw this one towards the net. She's able to do so. Waiting for it there is Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. Hasn't been tested much this evening, but when she has risen to the occasion. Only one real big save, but there's been a couple of occurrences where she's had to come out of her net. And some real strong display of goalkeeping from the goalkeeper, the junior for Grand Forks Central. Once again, that's Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. Now here comes the Knights on the rush yet again. Now just under 5 minutes remaining in the game. This centering feed is going to be broken up. That's going to result in a corner kick on the far side. Immediately collecting that one is Kulak. She's going to run over to the far corner. Actually gingerly walk over to the far corner. Grand Forks Central not in any rush. They want to bring some bodies to the right in front of the goalkeeper for West Fargo, Harper Olson. Last time Kulak executed a corner kick, it was on the near corner. Perfectly placed on the far post. Now let's see if she's able to execute it from the far side and land it on the near post. See J.C. Reardon, one of the taller players for Grand Forks Central, set up there on the near post. This one comes right in front of the goalkeeper, more so on the far side. It's going to come back to the top of the penalty box, taking an awkward spill there as Lauren Malott looked like she rolled up an ankle. She immediately hops back onto her feet. West Fargo able to get that one out of harm's way. Now they're crossing midfield. Nice defense there from Grand Forks Central. Addison Lamb providing some pressure on the backside for the Knights. Back to collect it is May Dickelman. Dickelman facing some pressure. It's going to be last touched by the junior defender for Grand Forks Central, so it's going to be a throw-in on the attacking side of the field for the Packers. Nice job there by Kramer to break up that throw-in, but West Fargo able to regain possession momentarily. Reardon moves it to the near side. Now a pass up across midfield, trying to find that one behind her is Kelsey McLaughlin. She's able to maintain possession, running up along the near boundary. Centering feed gets connected with Malott. That's Lauren Malott. She has that one poked away from her. Comes back near midfield. Nice strong shot there. Goes all the way on net. About a third distance of the field. Nice strong kick there from Rowan Olmstead. An opportunity from the outside. That's easily saved, however, by Harper Olson. She's going to drop kick this one. It's going to come all the way out to midfield. It's going to be played there by Dickelman. Dickelman moves this one forward. Comes back to midfield. Now to the near side. Olmstead pushes it forward to Kramer. Kramer to the near side. Nice give and go. Back onto the feet of Kramer and unable to get connected there. Right idea. Grand Forks Central still providing some pressure. Now just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the soccer game. Grand Forks Central leading by a score of 8-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. They scored 6 in the opening 40 minutes, 2 here in the second half. Olmstead trying to push this one forward. Grand Forks Central thinks they have enough time to maybe put one more in the back of the net. A throw in on the near side for the Knights. This one's going to be thrown in by Elizabeth Malott. Comes back to Elizabeth Malott. She pushes it forward. Getting collected with Lauren Malott. Trying to center this one. That's broken up by West Fargo. They're able to kick it out towards midfield. A nice pinch there by Dickelman. Dickelman retreats back near midfield. Hands it off to Elizabeth Malott. Lauren Reardon, nice pass forward to Lauren Malott. Lauren Malott streaking towards the net on the near side, looking for a centering feed. Nice display of possession there. She's going to pass this one back to the outside. Olmstead centering it to the front of the net. Massive bodies right on top of the crease, so to speak, and that one is going to bounce between the top crossbar and the bottom of the field goal post. So it's going to be a goal kick now. Just over 1 minute left to play. Here at Cushman Field, the season opener, Grand Forks Central well on their way. They're going to start off this season with a bang. a victory over West Fargo High School. They're going to start off with a record of 1-0. George Dubois and his team getting ready. This is the only game they will play this week, but then they really pick up the action next week. Once again, I'll pull up that schedule. Grand Forks Central will play next Monday. That's going to be a home game at Cushman Field. Then the following day on April 15th, they're going to travel to Fargo South. Then next Thursday, April 17th, they will be at West Fargo Cheyenne. Just 30 seconds remaining here. And we might have another corner kick upcoming. Grand Forks Central showcasing some urgency here, trying to get off one last scoring chance. Kulak is going to line this one up from the near corner. And Kulak with a strong corner kick, and it is going to land innocently in the goal box. Grand Forks Central looking for one final shot, the final 5 seconds. West Fargo is going to kick it out towards midfield, and that's going to do it. After 80 minutes of play, Grand Forks Central, in dominating fashion, comes away with the victory over West Fargo. Final score on our All True Health System scoreboard, 8-0 in favor of the Knights over the Packers. Grand Forks Central soccer starting off with a bang this 2025 season here at Cushman Field. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we're going to bring you the post-game report right here on KNOX Live Sports.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Foot awkwardly went high up into the air. Now Grand Forks.
Apex Apparel is your
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer.
Foot awkwardly went high up into the air. Now Grand Forks Central is going to score. This one's going to come off. So, I'll watch the broadcast for the FIFA World Cup.
Gabriel
Kramer. Decent idea of what needs to be said. That for Grand Forks Central. The goal scorer there was Adrian Kulin. Couple of 8th grade.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill. As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Welcome back to the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Grand Forks Central in the season opener defeat West Fargo in girls soccer by a final score of 8-0. A dominating performance from George Dubois' squad. They had 8 goals scored by 7 different goal scorers. So nice distribution of scoring for the Knights in the season opener. We're going to make our way through this post-game show. The post-game show is brought to you by Lake Region State College. We change lives. And also Spray Advantage. Everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. So during our last commercial break, you may have seen a little bit of a disruption as I was trying to load in this highlight. This highlight is going to double as a couple of things. First of all, it's going to be our Pro Seed highlight of the game. Need seed, think Pro Seed. But it's also going to double up as our finest auto trim cover of the game. Big or small, we can cover it all. And this is one of the only saves we saw all night. Coming from the 8th graders getting connected. Central Haley here comes an opportunity for West Fargo. A shot from the top of the goal crease, and what an amazing extension, and even had to have a second effort there. So that is our finest auto trim cover of the game and our Pro Seed highlight of the game. Need seed, think Pro Seed. So right now we're going to bring you through a scoring summary. and this is going to be a little bit long-winded as there's 8 of them to go over. Getting the scoring started for Grand Forks just with 35 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in half number 1 was the freshman number 2, Addison Lamb. Then a significant period of time where Grand Forks Central was applying some pressure, but no goals to speak of. But finally, they were able to break through for the second time. A nice connection between a couple of 8th graders, Adrian Kulin and Nora Prestang. Getting the goal was Kulin. That came with 19 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in half number 1. Then a flurry of goals in the final 13 minutes. 4 more for Grand Forks Central. The goal scorers, Rowan Olmstead, number 12, Aubrielle Kramer, number 5, Natalia Pyers, and then Kramer got a second one with just 53 seconds remaining in half number 2. And then in the second half, Grand Forks Central had 2 more goals to speak of. The goal scorers, number 6, Kelsey McLaughlin, after a corner kick that came from Madison McLaughlin. And then the final goal on the night for Grand Forks Central, this one coming with just over 10 minutes remaining in the soccer game. That one was scored by number 11, the junior forward for the Knights. That's J.C. Reardon. So that is our scoring summary. All of those goals brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and the light does indeed shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric. So now we're going to continue on with our condensed version of this post-game show. We're going to hand out a couple of awards. We're going to first start off, we've already given out our finest auto trim cover of the game, our Proceed highlight of the game, and just for the fun of it, we're going to show you that highlight once again because this was an amazing save that was kept it a scoreless game. Able to pitch a shutout was Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. She pitched the shutout tonight for Grand Forks Central, and this is really the only test an opportunity for West Fargo. A shot from the top of the goal crimson. What an amazing save. We were half there and even had to have a second effort there. So that doubled as both our Proceed highlight of the game and our finest auto trim cover of the game. So now we're going to move forward and hand out one final award, and that is going to be our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game. And for that, I'm going to hand that one to the only player who scored twice for Grand Forks Central this evening, and that is going to be the senior captain, Aubrielle Kramer. The senior midfielder for Grand Forks Central had 2 goals, both of them coming in half number 1. She scored goals number 4 and goals number 6 for Grand Forks Central. There's a handful of players who really stood out tonight for Grand Forks Central. They really have to feel good about the remainder of their 2025 season. Aubrielle Kramer had a couple of goals tonight, but also Addison Lamb getting a goal. The freshman looked really good. J.C. Reardon looked amazing. Lauren Reardon looked like everything that we imagined she would be. Madison McLaughlin showcasing some strength on the back end. Didn't necessarily see her stand out too much, but as a player who you see play on the back end, sometimes it's a good thing if you don't notice a defender too much, but she did provide some offensive. She was able to contribute on the offensive side of the field as well, with that corner kick. She was able to get connected with who I imagine would probably be her sister, and that's number 6, Kelsey McLaughlin. So our finest auto trim cover of the game is going to be given to the netminder, Haley Anderson Tibiatowski. That's also going to be our Proceed cover or Proceed highlight of the game. And our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game is going to go to Aubrielle Kramer. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight from Cushman Field, Grand Forks Central 8, West Fargo 0. Sam Jensen, Luca Carpenter signing off. Until next time, have